Good morning, everybody. Want to welcome you here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're here on day number 28 of my 31 favorite rock albums that were released in the month of December, the series that we are running for this entire month of December. So any of these albums could come from any of the years in rock history. I believe the earliest one goes back to 63 and the latest one up to 2024. But the only requirement is that they're rock albums and that they were released in December, the month of December. December was always a tough month, as you know, because nobody wanted to release an album then because they wouldn't be on any of the award shows or get any kind of notoriety on any of the charts that were out there, and everybody wanted that for sure because it meant more money, obviously, right? So the album we're doing today is number 4 on my list, relatively newcomer to me, although many of the songs on here I'm well aware of and have been well aware of before. But I only have had the album for a short period of time, and of course, somebody's already mentioned the album in the comment section since the beginning of this series, and we are going to go to Never Surrender by Triumph. Yep, great album. Really has captured me, recaptured me with Triumph. So for those of you who know me and been following this channel, you know that Triumph was a band that I listened to a lot early on in my rock history, if you prefer. Started with Just a Game in late 79. That album eventually became my favorite rock album and remained so for 35 years. But also Allied Forces, Progressions of Power, their first album, and Rock and Roll Machine. These are all albums that I owned and still own, and have listened to multitude. But for whatever reason, I kind of got away from the band after the Allied Forces album, I believe, was the last one. And I just stopped listening to them. I didn't go any further. And I should have, because this album fits in that so well. It just brings me right back to that time period and has really kind of brought the band back to me. And I think it's a great album. It deserves to be where it is. Perhaps if I'd been listening to it for another 5 or 6 years, it might have made the top 2 or 3 as well. Of course, everybody knows A World of Fantasy, Never Surrender. These are 2 songs that not When the Lights Go Down. World of Fantasy and Never Surrender. These are 2 songs that if you've been listening to Triumph or listening to the radio, you're going to hear those songs a lot. This is probably one of the better rock covers for the band as well. But there's a lot of stuff going on here that's really good. Writing on the Wall is really good. I like the epilogue at the end. The overture, this is really solid as well. All the Way, heavy, like it. Then you've got Too Much Thinking. Yeah, don't we all do too much of that? This is a solid album. Was in my playlist for some time. Probably would have been in my playlist longer if I hadn't have been as familiar with some of the tracks, because I didn't want to burn out the album because I like to listen to it on occasion. So this was an 86 release, I believe. Or is it an 83? 83, I believe it was. It says both those times are on here. But yeah, I believe 83 was the release time. I'm not sure why they have an 86 on here. Unless maybe they put it on a different label in the States or something. Doesn't say any why. But anyways, I believed it was an 83 release. Really good album. If you like Triumph, this is well within the wheelhouse of that Triumph sound that we all came to love back in the early 80s, late 70s. Fantastic album. So anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of... I hope you've enjoyed this episode of my 31 favorite rock albums released in the month of December. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe and the notification bell above my head if you want to be notified so you don't miss any more of the episodes. Got any comments about Triumph, about this album in particular, or Rick Emmett, or Gilmore, or Mike Levine? You can put all those comments in the comment section below. and we will be back tomorrow with another episode. So take care and have yourself a good day. Goodbye.